Hello YouTube, Mr. Dodo449 here. It's time for another little update video, and I'm going to start off basically where I finished the last update video. With this here, which is my concrete area, which I've hopefully you've been watching my previous video and seen me slowly building. I've now got all the concrete down, I just need to stick down these last two. But if I just move the camera slightly, you can now just about see how it looks. This curvy edge follows the baseboard, hence the curve in there. But there's a little bit more work to do, painting and stuff like that. But you can now sort of see the design I'm going for. A bit of concrete around the back for one side, and this is the other one. And then buffers on either end of it and so on. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to put a building over it or a lean-to or something like that. The only thing I know for definite is I'm going to be putting up some form of like security wall. I might sort of do something a bit like what you see on the station behind you. A little bit of polystyrene with some black fencing on the top. I might do that all the way around the edge here. Quite thin, quite narrow walls though, so it just looks like it's there. Then over at this side here, car park, something like that for workers. But anyway, that's come on really nicely, I think. I'll just give you a different angle. So yeah, that's that bit done. There's obviously the inspection pit in front of you, which is coming on quite nicely. I'm missing one buffer at the moment, but there's nothing really to worry about. I can get one of those at a later date. Very easy to fix on. So yeah, I've been doing a little bit of other work as well, and I'm going to start off over here. I'll come back to the last bit in a minute. So, get the camera in the right place. So you would have seen me a little while ago putting in this wall here along the front and wondering what's it for. Well, I can now just see, you can just see the corner of it. I'll give you a different view in a minute, of like a track almost. It's not a road really. The camera might not pick it up, but there's actually tyre marks in it, so it's like a bit more of a dirt sort of road. But that basically now sort of comes off the main road, loops around. Actually, I'll lift the camera up. Loops around a bit, and as you can see, there's a bit of grass on either side going along. Now that is going to carry on where the lorry is, and there's going to be basically just like a shelter for locos to sit in here. Double tracks, or 6 or 8 posts going down, and a pointy roof, no walls or anything. I think that'll look alright and will look quite good. So that road's going to extend all the way around until you get to about that second piece of track, where it's just going to stop, or else it's going to turn off and head towards the baseboard, the backboard I mean. But we'll have to see when I get round to that. So yeah, and that's the second little thing which I've been doing around the village. I've also found, I can't remember if I showed you this in the last update or not, this piece here, which looks very like a guardrail almost for cars, so I'm going to be sticking this in the space behind the signal box. You can just see the corner of it there. So yeah, and I think that there will sort of give that area a bit of a car park sort of separated off look. Coming back down to the river, which you saw me working on, well, you saw me actually building this one. I'm struggling to find a rowing boat. I want just a small rowing boat. I was wondering if anybody had any suggestions where I can get them. I'm just after one really. Does anyone know of anybody who makes them that looks quite good? Just the sort of thing I'm after is just a small rowing boat for like 2 or 3 people, 1 or 2 people even. Maybe a set of oars to come with it, something like that. That would just literally just sit here in the water, be attached to the dock. Yeah, if anyone's got any suggestions for where I can get one of those or something like similar to that, can they just leave a comment below? So yes, that's just a little thanks for that. I'm now going to show you why I've been doing a lot of work. If I can do this without dropping the camera. Most of that work has happened over here. Let's get the camera up, there we go, it's about right angle, that'll work. Right, now people will remember this from previous videos. It's been sitting on the layout, not doing anything really. Well, as what I've actually done, I've still got to finish off what I did, is I actually cut 2 of the little, well, the triangle, the squares with the bars going across them here and at the top rail. I cut 2 of those out to make it shorter, glued it back together, and it now fits in this gap a lot nicer. I've changed my idea. Originally I was going to do a scrap yard in there, so sort of wagons full of scrap mail would come there and a crane or something would get them out and that sort of thing. I've changed my mind now. It's going to be freight for lorries. I think that would be slightly easier because I won't need quite as much sort of scrap metal and not quite as much rusting and all that sort of thing to do with. But more than that, I think it will look better on the layout if I was able to get a few flatbed lorries and something like that. And that will be just a very simple gantry crane. The lorries will come in on the station side, so on this side of the track. This here will run along the 2 N-gauge rails you can see. I discovered that N-gauge wagons fit perfectly with the feet, so I can just stick it straight on the feet and it will slide up and down. But that's going to sit approximately there. Track on the other side, road down this side, and then obviously flatbeds, lorries can come in as well. So yeah, I'm going to be working on that coming up soon. What I've actually been doing to fill in the hole, hopefully people know what I mean when I say the hole. Sorry about that, I'm just adjusting the camera. It's this area here. Now this used to be a hole. I always had the intention of putting something in here, and it turns out what I've done is a bit more of a muddy water. I think it's come out really nicely. I am doing a little video showing you how I built this, which will, well, I'm putting it together at the moment, so it'll be up and on YouTube in a few days' time. But the basic idea here was to have a bit more of a marshy sort of ditch look to it. So there's a lot of sand in here, as you can see in the middle. It's very dark coloured water on any side. Move over the top. In this area here, it's a little bit deeper the water, so it's slightly darker in colour. There's a bit of sand around the banks and stuff. There's actually reeds in this area, which is the yellow you can see. And if I can get this correct, you can just see the entrance to one pipe there, and the other pipe is just there underneath the rails. A nice wall there as well. So it's just like some water running into 2 pipes, drainage pipes, or running out of drainage pipes, whatever you want. So yeah, so that's all about this. I said doing a little video on this one, which will be up and running soon. So thanks for watching. I'm going to do hopefully just a few shots of some trains running, if I can get the camera to stay. Nope, it's not going to stay for me. It will now. There we go. So yeah, let's see what happens. Now, they were working a second ago. So that's a Deltic running with just 4 coal wagons, nothing big or heavy or anything. I'll let that come all the way around once. I think it's always good to, well, it's always nice when you come to a layout to be able to just turn it on and it to run, and thankfully I have, after a little bit of work, managed to get there. So yeah, so this is another train which I really like the look of. It's a GWR, spoken too soon. There we go, the front bogey's off, that's what it is. Wasn't on properly. It's a GWR loco. I've done a review on this before if people are interested in looking for it. So I'm just waiting for it to come round again so you can see what's on the back. It's a class 45, I believe. It should come round now. It's a class 45. On the back of it I've got 2 040 loco wagons. And right on the back of that I've got one of the Hornby B-set coaches, which is the back one. But yeah, I think it's. I'm looking for the second one. Hopefully I'll find one soon, as they're meant to be in a pair. But I think that train that you saw going by looks absolutely fine. That's also going to be one of the longest trains I'm running. Come around again. So yeah, that's going to be one of the longest trains I'll be running, as I think, well, as you can see there, it's about the same length as the station there, so I can't have much longer than that. But yeah, I think that's a really nice train there. They all need weathering down and stuff, so hopefully I'll be doing that all soon. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you have any comments or anything, then please just leave them below. Any questions or anything like that, and if anyone knows where a rowing boat is that you can sort of buy or anything, can they just leave it as a comment below? As I've looked on, I've just browsed the internet quite quickly and I couldn't see anything that sort of interested me very obviously. So yeah, if that would be helpful. If you have a comment or anything, as I said, leave it below, and always appreciate if you hit that like and subscribe button. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I will leave you with this train running and hopefully see you soon.